everyone, welcome back. My name is Ranita and I love getting into beauty and makeup related content, and today we have something so special. We've got Adept's latest collection, the palette, the blushes, and 5 amazing lip glosses, which I cannot wait to show you and just test everything out. My plan for the eyeshadow palette is to do 4 half looks, so we'll finish up all of the shades. That way you get to see what you're getting if you are deciding to pick up this palette. It's pretty exciting stuff. I can't wait to get into this, and of course I've got some product shots and swatches for you, so you're gonna get a pretty good idea of how much this palette can do and what it looks like on my skin tone. Now, just so that you know, this palette has actually already released. It came out on the 6th. I couldn't get my stuff up. I actually would have had this up way earlier. It's just that my camera broke, and without a professional camera, I just hate filming because I can't pick up the things I need to be picking up, like the colors and everything. So I decided to wait. So it just came in yesterday and I finished up doing my swatches and everything. So now I'm sitting down to do the looks. So I'm gonna get into that with you, and I hope that that's okay with you. I'm sorry for anybody who wanted to pick this up and you didn't have like a reference to go with. I'm really sorry, but I'm doing my best. So if you want to see what all of that looks like, you have this video now. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going in with is my Alter Ego eyeshadow base, and I have a code for this, so if you want to go pick that up, you can. But this is essentially my favorite base, mostly because it's just so good for keeping makeup on my lids, and this is essentially how I use it. I always go in with this base. I really don't use anything else at this time. It's just perfect for keeping makeup put, and especially if you're, kind of oily in this area, this is really just one of the best things you could possibly use, and I've recommended to other people and they've really liked it, so that's why I always go in with this. So now let me just start with the first 2 looks. I'm going to start with the matte shades. Now, of course, over here with the palette, there's only 5 matte shades, as you can see, so I'm going to put 2 of the deeper colors, I think, at the ends. So I'm going to start with Balanced Brown and Live a Little, so those 2 create something really fun here. Obviously, I'm going to be reusing these shades. Adept's mattes are extremely pigmented, and you can probably see that already from this, but I don't want to overdo it with the mattes. I want to make sure that the shimmers have their moment too. So let's just go in here, let's have some fun and see what we're gonna get. I am really liking the way that this is looking though. Very pretty, very deep. So that'll be for like the first look. I think that on the other side, I'm going to go in with Live a Little, which is a really bright pink, but I love vibrant colors. Oh wow, that is gorgeous. Just look at that. That is a stunning pink. And I like the fact that it's actually showing up that stunning without like a white base or anything. It really shows you how much makeup has improved over time. So this is really cool. So I'm gonna go in for Moss and Mauve Mist. So that's Mauve Mist and that is Moss. Pretty simple. Mauve Mist looks like a mauve, so that kind of makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna put some of her here. And I'll probably reinforce this after I have actually gone in with my shimmers, because usually this is just for me to have like an outline, and I can see a difference in the color there. Can definitely see a difference in that pink, and this pink here is just completely 2 different colors, so that's great. Moss is going to be very different, obviously, because it's a green, so yeah, this is also working very well. I love that color, actually. I'm a huge green fan, so whenever I get anything green, I'm like, oh yeah, like that's gonna be fantastic and really fun to actually go and play with and work with. So I'm having fun here. I don't have a plan for this, so I'm just gonna go in for whatever my fingers are reaching for, and I have no idea how many colors that's gonna be. So I think I'm first gonna start with Unison Utopia, which is that brown over there, and I think I'm gonna put that one, kind of match it to the matte over here so you can see what this looks like. And I need to work a little bit fast because my base is gonna dry up, so I wanna do that. So I'm putting a brown there. And it looks really, really beautiful, really creamy, perfect for like, you know, a work look and stuff if that's what you want to go for. I think that I may put the green on that side too. I was actually wondering if I should do it here because then we have that beautiful contrast. I think I'll go in for Peaceful Path actually. So this is Peaceful Path and it's got a very strong shift. So I think I'm going to put that over here because I want to show you the shift with the mirror, and that's the best way to do it, you know, putting it at the ends and right up into the center, and I'll have to kind of blend that out with the pink shade. I think over here I took up a bit too much space, so let's see how this goes. I think on this side we'll go in with, what should I go in with? This is hard, okay, like trying to decide what I want to do. I'm going to go in with Rose Orchid. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm putting Rose Orchid right here in the center. Like I said, I don't actually have a plan for this. I'm just doing like whatever is coming to mind right now. And I think for the inner corner, I will go in with Balanced Beauty, which is right over there, because it just seems to be interesting to me. So I hope that I just don't make a mess here, which I'm really good at making messes in the inner corner because I'm not good. Yeah, I made a mess there. I'll have to go clean that up, but that's essentially that. 3 colors here. Here it seems like I can go in maybe with a pink or something, maybe Serene Spirit, which is kind of like a peach. So I'm gonna put that in the inner corners here. I need to go in with a brush for this because I don't feel comfortable going in with my finger because I'm going to make a big mess. Let me clean up my eyes. I will be right back. Okay, so this is what it's looking like so far, but I did want to do blusher on both of my cheeks, and I thought I would do a different one for each cheek so that we're kind of able to finish up all the colors here too. So this is more, I think, warm toned, so I think I'm probably going to do a more warm toned blusher here, and this kind of gives off, if you just look at my eye like that, this is kind of more cool because of those greens that I've added in. So I think that I'm gonna go in for probably the Honey Never Spoils shade over there. Let's see. And maybe like sometimes violet on top of that. I think that would be good. So on this side, I'm like, should I go in for magenta or duality? Because I really don't know. I think I'll try duality because duality is really cool. If you look at it, it's got like a ombre thing going on. So it's moving from like that beautiful orange to that yellow. I actually have a dress that matches this exactly. I think it's in Malaysia though. Otherwise I would have worn that and I would have been like, yeah, let's match my outfits to this. So I'm going to take duality. I've got some of that on my brush and I'm just going to add that here. I have no idea what to really expect here because I don't think I've even used a blusher that has 2 shades like that before, but it looks pretty interesting. I mean, it's coming out pretty okay. I think that looks okay. It's not over the top for me, it's just right. And on this side, like I said, I want to go in with Honey Never Spoiled. So I'm going to do the matte shades first and I'll see if I'm going to add on something else. So this is that mauve, which I'm going to put right here. I think you can see that coming through. Yeah, you can definitely see that coming through. So this is that mauve. And over here we've got this warm yellow coming through because I have such a beautiful shade over there and everything else. So we've got that. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of the shimmers because I just can't resist. So I'm going to go in with sometimes violet and orange pearl because that just makes the most sense to me. So this is sometimes violet on this side. That's so pretty. I love it. Oh, as soon as I did that, I loved it. Yeah, that's so pretty. And I feel like that's all I need. Can you see that? I think you can. That is gorgeous. I love that. It's so subtle and just so perfect. And it's the perfect flush of color, I think, in a highlighter. Very well done. This is Orange Pearl, which I'm gonna put here. And yeah, you can see that orange coming through as well. It's so pretty. It's very, very nice, actually. Yeah. Okay, so I guess this is that, you know, you've done the first two looks, and now I want to go in for a lip gloss because I feel like that is definitely missing, and they've given us 5 lip glosses to play with. Hey everyone, so this is looks 1 and 2 completed. You can see how beautiful and vibrant the colors are. I think that for looks 3 and 4, I'm going to try and do maybe a bit more cohesive, you know, looks, because I feel like this was more of my let's experiment and have some fun kind of thing. But I think for looks 3 and 4, I'd kind of like to make it look a little bit neater, a little bit more neutral, I guess. And yeah, some of the colors that are coming up are definitely a lot more neutral, so we can go into that now. Let me just give you the makeup details, and then we'll move on to looks 3 and 4, and I'll give you all of my thoughts on the palette right at the end. So if you're looking forward to that, then, you know, go to the end to get all my thoughts on formula and blah blah blah. So for this one, foundation that I used was Yensa. I went in with my Skin on Skin BC foundation. So this has SPF 40. It's really, really awesome, one of my favorite foundations, and I set it with my Urban Decay All Nighter spray, which I absolutely love as well. Like, all of these products are just amazing. So this is always in the shade Tan Neutral. I feel like this is probably one of the closest, you know, brands that comes to my skin tone. So I love Yensa. Like, I just can't get enough of them. Now for the eyeshadow and the makeup, obviously you know what that was. I did go in with my Ulak brow kit from my brows. I've been using that for a long time, and I have a code with them if you want to go and check anything out from them. And for my mouth, I went in with this lip gloss, Be Etta. It's one of the new ones gifted to me by Adept. Previously, I was wearing a lip gloss from the Give Me Glow Cosmetics. It's the Magic Stick in the shade Hustler, and I actually have a review on that coming up. I just haven't edited yet. But anyway, it basically changes according to your temperature, the one from Give Me Glow, that is. So that's why there's a slight pink tint on my mouth, but I kind of feel like if I hadn't worn that, this would actually be a lot more neutral. I still actually really like the formula of this, though. It's very smooth, very comfortable. I didn't feel like this is sticky by any means. It's just very nice and very glittery, actually. So it really makes you feel like you're wearing something special. So I'm really happy with this, and I'm looking forward to trying out Blood Wine. This one looks like it has a shift going on, so I think I'll try that for the next look. But yeah, this is basically everything regarding the makeup. Oh wait, my eyeliner. Okay, so eyeliner was basically Morphe brushes. I went in with a green color, and the black eyeliner, you can honestly just use anything. Like, there's so many black eyeliners, just go and take your pick. For eyeliner, I went in with this, the Pixie. I just got this in my BoxyCharm this month. So this is the Eye Define Waterline Pixie by Petra. So it's in the shade Tight Line Black. So it's this one over here. And I absolutely love, you know, eyeliners. So whenever I get them, I'm always testing them out. And I think it looked pretty, yeah, worked pretty well. So that's all that I have regarding the makeup details. So let's get into the final 2 looks, and then I'll give you my full thoughts on this palette. Hi everyone, welcome to looks 3 and 4. I've got my base on. Let's go in with the mattes. So of course we haven't done Tranquil Tone yet, so I'm thinking that since there's so many neutral shades here, and they're leaning towards like pinks and golds, I'm probably going to stick with a similar kind of thing for the matte. So I'm not going to be using Moss again, I think. So I'm going to go in, I think, with Maub's Mist, and that's a very, very pretty color. It's a bit lighter than the other one. I thought I would keep this one a bit lighter, kind of, because I've noticed that when I use lighter colors at the ends of my eyes like this, my eyes end up looking a lot bigger when I actually finish up the makeup look. So this is just one of my ways of kind of softening you know, those harsh edges that you'll get with deeper colors. Sometimes I don't want to do that, so going in like this, it works just fine as well. Now I'm going to go in with Tranquil Tone, which is this over here. And I'm going to add that, I think, here, just in the inner corners. And I think I may do this on both sides, or because, like, as you can see, there's only 5 mattes in this palette. So the lighter colors do kind of make a difference to me. I like having them there because, like I said, it just makes, you know, the colors show up a bit better for me. So anyway, let me see, what am I doing? You know what, scratch that. I'm gonna go in with moss because I just feel like I want to go in with moss. Let's see, this will be interesting because I wanted this to be different from the first 2 looks. So I'm just gonna put the lighter colors at the ends. And we have 5 shimmery shades to actually go, so I do think that it would be good to finish that up with these last 2 looks here. And then I may do a full look later on, not this week, but maybe sometime during the week I will go ahead and do that. The first shade I'm going in with is Egalitarian Emerald, which I have not used yet, so that's the color. And I think that that would look really pretty with the green. So I'm gonna put some of that right here on my eye. You can see what that looks like. I think it goes really well with green, so I'll come and reinforce the green there in a bit. I don't feel like these shades have shifts, like at least not from what I've seen, not very significant shifts anyway. So the most shifty one that I saw was the Peaceful Path, which is that beautiful color right in the center over there. And I think Rose Orchid kind of had this pink purple thing going on as well. So anyway, I think that since there's more pink on this side, I'm probably going to go in with Petals on that side, which is a beautiful pink over there. So I think I'll start with Petals because I'm trying to finish up all the colors that we did not use. So Petals will be, I think, here in the center, maybe. I don't know if I'm gonna, like, I need to put something here at the edge. So we'll have 3 colors, I think, on this side. Yeah, I really like Petals. That is a gorgeous pink. And I love the formula of it and just how easy that was to get into the center. So that's perfect. And I think, okay, let's go in for a very relaxing shade. I think Tranquility, which is that one over there, would go pretty well with Petals because it kind of looks like a bit of a rosy gold in a way, like in some angles anyway. So I'm going to put that in the inner corner. Just, yeah, right here. And then I'll have to take that out. I really like the way that these colors are working because it just feels like they are very, very easy to work with and move around. So this is Tranquility right there. I believe I went in with Balanced Beauty, right? So we've got Balanced, Bond, and Serenade. All of these seem like very highlighter kind of shades. So I think I'll go in with Serenade because it just has like a duller kind of, yeah, you can see what Serenade looks like. So let's just put that somewhere here, I think. Let's see. Yeah. For me to put Serenade with the green because it kind of feels more like a grungy tone. So we have that over there. I still need something here though, because yeah. So I kind of put like the pinkiest tone I could get over there. And now we have, I think, Balanced Bond. That's the last shade, so it's essentially this one here. So I think I will just put that maybe here and see how that's gonna go. Not really sure how that will work, but let's see. Okay, I'm gonna put that right here. Should be interesting. Yeah, so you can see what that looks like. It's kind of like this gold, and it, yeah, I'll have to blend everything out to kind of make it work the way that I want it to work. So I'm just gonna take that pink, move it in. Hey everyone, so we're almost done, but I do want to go in with my blushes over here. So, you know, we haven't done Roses Are Red and Magenta, so that's the matte over here and that red. So I thought I would do it on this side since this is such a pink toned look. So I'm going to go in first with a very light wash of magenta because I know magenta is going to be a very, very, very bright pink, and I don't need too much of that on my skin. So yeah, let's just keep it to the bare minimal, but you can definitely see that pink coming through. Yeah, I can see that. That looks good. Yeah, you can see that on my skin. And now I'm going in with Roses Are Red, and I'm excited to see how this is gonna look. So I'm just gonna add that here. Ooh, that's a very, very bright color. Maybe I need to tone it down a bit. I don't know. I think it looks okay even as a slightly brighter color, because usually I don't wear. Yeah, this actually looks really nice. Oh, I like that a lot. I wasn't expecting to like the red showing up that way so much, but I actually really do. And you can see that shine that's coming there, which I think is great. I think that looks fantastic. So I'm just going to go in now with Honey Never Spoils again, which is this mauve kind of shade, because I feel like that would go really well with this grungy look that I have here. So I'm getting Honey Never Spoils, and this is the same shade that you saw when I was doing the first two looks. I'm just gonna put that here and just take it upwards, and yeah, I think that should do it. So we have Honey Never Spoils here, and we have the really pretty pink and red on that side. Hey everyone, so this is looks 3 and 4 completed. Now I'm actually really happy with the way that these looks turned out, and I'm just looking at myself in the mirror, and you know, they just look so much more cohesive and neat, and it just makes more sense to me and my personality, especially this grungy side. My goodness, that is absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy that I dipped into moss again. That was so much fun. Like I said, I really love green, so if you put a green in the palette, I'm going to be reaching for that one and focused on that one, and just enjoying that one the most. So let me give you the makeup details, and then I'm going to jump into the formula, my thoughts on all of this, you know, because I did test out everything from this palette and the Duality palette, which is, you know, all the blushes and everything. The only thing that I have not gone through completely are the lip glosses. We have 3 more to try out, so I'm probably going to do that like in this segment as well. So let's begin with the makeup details. So here I did Yensa again. I love my Yensa foundations, and I actually wish that I had a code for Yensa, because, you know, I've actually been using this in practically every single video. Like, it's just one of my staples, and I don't have a code with them yet, but I wish I did. So this is fantastic, and I absolutely love it. This is in the shade Tan Neutral, the exact same one that we used in the last 2 looks. And I went in with a little bit of my Bare Minerals as well. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro 16 Hours Skin Perfecting Powder Foundation in the shade Medium 35 Neutral. So I did put a little bit like here and here, just because I just feel a bit insecure with my breakout at the moment. So yeah, I just wanted to cover that a bit more. Then of course for my eyeshadow base, we went in with Alter Ego. Have a code for that too. So I'm going to be putting up all the codes here. So if you want to go pick them up, go and do that. And of course with Adept, you know that my code is Ranita, and it's going to get you a little bit of money off there. No, you don't have to use these codes. I'm just putting them here if you want to go ahead and do so. And I would say that for my eyeliner, I went in with the Give Me eyeliner. Give Beauty eyeliner, which is hiding somewhere in here. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so it's the black one. I did that over there. And for this eye over here, I had gone in with a very old liner, actually. Like, I have so many. Like, this is my collection of eyeliners. I have a lot of them. I love eyeliners though, some of my favorite products, always will be. So this is the Revlon One Stroke Defining Eyeliner Kajal. This is actually an Indian product, so you can just go and try getting any eyeliner that has this kind of purple plummy kind of tint to it, and that's, you know, gonna be perfect if you want to recreate these looks. So I think that's about it. I don't think I used anything else aside from the lip gloss, which I'm actually coming to, which is obviously part of this collection. So this was Duris Sisters, and it's very, very shiny. I was actually quite surprised when I saw the way that this worked for me, because it's been a while since I actually got a lip gloss this good from a brand. I think the last time was, you know, with Nomad Cosmetics, and they had done their Province collection, and I loved those lip glosses because they were so sparkly and so shiny. So if you enjoyed those lip glosses, I really feel like these are worth looking into, and I'm really excited about these because there are 3 that we didn't try out, so I want to go ahead and try them with you in a bit after I finish the review for these. So lip gloss wise, we still have 3 shades to go, and that would be Bare Minimum over here, and then we have Lursa and Blood Wine, which is over here. And I saw Blood Wine kind of having this interesting shift, so I'm very, very keen to try those 3 with you. So let me just give you thoughts on the palette, and then we'll probably do that right at the end. I'll just include a few clips of me doing that so you get shots of everything and you know what they look like. But for the most part, I actually like the formula of the 2 shades that I've tried. So the first one was Be Etta, which is this one. That was with looks 1 and 2. And this is Dura's sister. So yeah, both of them worked really well. Very shiny, very, very nice, very comfortable as well. And all of those things matter to me and they're important. So let's come into the formula because, you know, we've basically gone through the entire palette and yeah, I'm ready to speak about it. So for the most part, I would say that all of them have a very smooth kind of formula. I noticed that with Unison Utopia, same with Egalitarian Emerald, Rose Orchid over there is very smooth. Peaceful Path is almost, it's just so unbelievably smooth. It's different because I would say that these are like more of a creamier kind of formula, and I felt like Serene Spirit matches that. So does Petals. Tranquility, Balanced Beauty, Balanced Bond, and Serenade are also really, really nice and creamy. Like, because I'm just trying to remember, because yeah, so you can see that these are those 3 and they have a very, very nice and creamy kind of formula. So yeah, you can see that these are the shades from the palette and they just have a really, really nice creamy consistency. So I really didn't have a problem with any of these. This is actually a very nice neutral palette. And then of course, working with the mattes was just so easy. The mattes are very pigmented and at the same time they're just so easy to blend out. So I liked these 2 looks better, I think, because the lighter colors were at the end and you know they're not too dark, so it doesn't become difficult to really blend it out. So that's just something that I've noticed I like lately, because I used to prefer like deeper colors, and then after doing these looks I was kind of looking at, you know, everything and I was like, oh, I actually kind of like lighter colors at the end too. They look really pretty and they make my eyes look a bit bigger than my eyes actually are. Peaceful Path is probably the shiftiest shade in this palette and it's the one sitting smack in the middle over here. It has a gold base, but if you look at my swatches, you're going to see beautiful shifts into like different greens and golds and orange. There's a very fiery orange that comes through, and I'm sure that even when I was doing my shifty thing with the mirror, you would have definitely seen that. So I think it's a very beautiful, special shade and I really enjoyed using it. And I feel like the shades kind of have stayed. I've not seen any cracking or anything, so it means it works really well with my alter ego base, which is always a plus because I think I've mentioned before that I had very oily lids, and you know, living in a humid place like Florida, you need something that's gonna secure your eye makeup. So I always go in with a base nowadays, and that's my go-to one. So whenever I see it's working well for me with a particular brand, then I'm gonna tell you, hey, this actually works good together, and they do. So yeah, I would recommend Alter Ego if you're having problems with eyeshadow. It's like the best base I've ever tried, especially for oily lids, because it just keeps everything on there. I use 1 layer as you saw for the mattes, and then I do another layer and I go in with the shimmers quickly, because if you wait for the base to dry up and then apply the eyeshadows, you're not going to get the same result. It's going to be flaking off. So you want to go in when it's kind of like not dried up and apply your shades onto it, and that's how you're going to get the best results. So all in all, I'm really happy with the way that this worked. I don't think I have any other comments other than, you know, as a color story in itself, I can see how some of these berry tones like these over here would work really, really well for fall. But personally, taking the color story as a whole, I kind of feel like this would be nicer for spring. I just feel like it's more of a spring color story to me, because it kind of feels very floral. Like even when I saw the initial swatches, I felt like this looks very floral, very beautiful, very, you know, colorful and happy, reminding me of pretty daisies and, you know, all those gorgeous flowers you see in spring popping up. And that's exactly what I kind of thought of when I was looking at this color story. I feel like it could kind of work for fall, but I think my idea of fall is not necessarily the berry shades. I think I prefer more of those really, really beautiful, warm, true autumn tones, which Adept captured beautifully in Samarian Sunset. So if you haven't tried Samarian Sunset, you are truly missing out on one of their best palettes. Like for me, that is still the winner between this one and that, because Samarian Sunset blew my mind. Like when I was using that palette, I really felt like it was excellent. It was done so well. So this one, I do like the color story. I think it's pretty. I like the fact that they've added in all these different, very metallic kind of tones here. I feel like I could definitely reach for this palette on a more regular basis because of those colors. And I like that they've gotten like some muted tones in here, like, you know, tranquil tone here, moss, mauves, mist. I think all of that works well. Even balanced brown would go really well for my skin tone. I don't know if I would actually wear Live a Little to work because the nature of my work, you know, I just don't feel like I would want to have super bright eye makeup. Like I would not, like what I'm wearing today, I don't think I would wear that to work. I just, like maybe this one's okay, but not this. I don't think pink would, yeah, I just don't think I would wear that. So I think that I like and I appreciate the neutral tones in here, and I like the formula of them too, because it just feels like such an easy formula to get onto your eyes. Like I was going in with as many shades as I could because I wanted to test out every shade in the palette. But if you're doing this like every day, I think that you could just do very simple looks, you know, just reuse the same matte again and again. And if you don't actually want to use just this palette, you can dip into like other Adept palettes and, you know, just do your own thing. But I just felt like this came across as a very nice kind of like night and day palette because of the very different tones in here. Like I think that I could actually do the neutrals in the day, and then for nighttime I could probably go in with those slightly brighter tones in there. So that's what I was getting more from this palette. I feel like it is more of a spring palette to me personally. So yeah, that's basically all I have to share. I still like the palette though, and I think it's really pretty. But if you're telling me that, you know, this is the palette for fall, I'm gonna be like, no. So Samarian Sunset's my favorite. That's my baby, and I will not ever like say that, you know, Samarian Sunset's not the fall palette, because that one is a pure winner for me. If you want to go check out that one, you can check out my review of it. I had so much fun with Samarian Sunset, and I'm looking forward to dipping into it again this fall because I love Adept's palettes. You know, if you're thinking about picking up this palette, I highly recommend doing so because it just feels like a really great palette for day and night. I would say that that's the vibe that I'm getting from this, and it's very feminine and very floral. So the palette with the blush palette also comes across as spring, fall, maybe even a little bit of winter because of those icy shades in there. So I feel like this is very versatile. You can use this, you know, in many different ways. And I'm just gonna dip into the sparkly shades here because I know that a lot of the time the formula for highlighters is different from the eyeshadow formulas, and that's why they keep them separate, right? But I honestly really like that red, and I kind of am tempted to put that onto my actual eyes. Like I was so tempted to do that, but I remember the last time for the Amy Loves collection, which I received, it was yeah, it was not actually recommended to do that. I had done that. I had taken the highlighter and been like, ooh, you know, like I'm gonna put that onto my eyes, and yeah, and then I found out you're not supposed to do that. So I was like, okay, so that's why I didn't do it with this one. But otherwise, I think the shades are really nice. They're very sparkly, and it's a really good blusher palette. Like I feel like this is great because you're getting so many different moods in here. You're getting this, which is more muted, which is great. You can kind of make it a little bit hotter with this pink, which you can see on this side over here, with that red, and you know, it's just great. And then you have that pretty orange, and yeah, so I really loved the blush palette. I felt like that was just fantastic. It was so well done. So now that I finished talking your ear off about the palette and this, and you know how great the formula is, I want to finish up getting into the last three lip glosses. So let's just do that together. All right, so this over here is Bare Minimum, and you can see what it looks like on my mouth. I think that this is different from, what was that, Duras Sisters, because I was wondering how similar these two would be. So this is Duras Sisters over here, which I was just wearing before I removed my lip gloss, and that was a lot shinier, I think. And it's also got this grayish, silvery kind of thing going on, and I really like that. It's very different. Now this over here, which is Bare Minimum, feels like it's not as gray toned. This actually feels like it's actually got more of a creamish kind of base. So I think that this is actually more appropriate if you just want something subtle. It's still very sparkly though, and I really like that about it. Next we have Lursa, and I really love this one. This is fantastic. I mean, I was trying it on, looking at my mouth, and it's got these beautiful pink sparkles. So this is even more skin tone friendly for my skin tone and deeper skin tones, because I feel like it just looks so natural and pretty and wonderful. So I'm really, really happy with the way that Lursa actually worked. I think this is fantastic. That's a major win for me, and I've actually seen that each and every lip gloss thus far has been so different from the previous one, and I'm really happy about that because I had an experience where it was not so different with some other collections that had come out, and I was like, this is kind of disappointing, you know. So I really like how different it is. So now we've come to the one I was so excited about, which is Blood Wine. Let's try that one on. This is the last one, Blood Wine. And this is actually my favorite out of all of them, simply because it's got this red, pinky, orange thing going on. And the truth is, I don't have a lot of lip glosses that are orange tone that always work with my skin tone. So when I come across one that does work, I'm going to point it out, and this one definitely works. It is beautiful. I really, really like it. Just bear in mind that every single swatch that I did for the lip glosses was just one coat of lip gloss. I didn't do more than that. I just took one swipe, went around everything, and that was, you know, that for the application. But I really like the colors, and I actually immediately thought of this after seeing what Blood Wine looks like on my mouth. I thought this would complement Samarian Sunset perfectly. It is so perfect for that palette. I really want to get back into Samarian Sunset and do a look with this lip gloss, because I just think that they would look so great together. So I think that this lip gloss collection, if you're looking for something that's very, very sparkly and glittery, this one's going to be amazing. I actually think that my favorite lip glosses from this collection are Lursa and Blood Wine. They're just beautiful, and I also really enjoyed Be Etter. I think that those are great because they're kind of just different from everything else that I own. I think the others I may have something along the line, something similar, and I was like, okay, because I kind of feel like, you know, with Nomad, I remember they had this very shiny pink one that kind of reminded me a lot of Dura Sisters, but it was more pink toned. So that being said, thank you for joining me for this review. I hope that it was helpful for you going through, you know, the blush palette and everything. I did try my best to finish everything up for the palette, and I wish that I could have done a bit more, but due to the time constraints and my camera breaking and everything, this is the best that I could do. So I hope it's helpful. If you need any more help, just drop a comment below, let me know, and I'll do my best to help you. And remember that I do have a code with Adept, so if you want to go pick it up, you can use that, save some money. And I highly recommend subscribing to Adept's email list, because they actually send out more discounts, and you know, if you see that, then you also get spoilers earlier than everybody else on Instagram. So it's a really great thing to sign up with Adept. And yeah, I'm so grateful that I got to do this with you guys too. So I'll be back soon for another video, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.